In my previous video, I was describing how to install one of these Moen 1224s in a sink. You can see the cartridge there. I've already put one in. I don't need to take this one out. But there are a couple things in my previous video, and you can find the link to that video at the bottom of this screen. In that earlier video, there are a couple things I didn't explain. One is that at the top of this valve up here, there's a notch. Take a look at this picture. Now that notch needs to be forced into the ring that comes up through here. Now, as I explained, this ring is attached to the top of your faucet. The cartridge, this, goes into here, and this fits on top of here and screws down tight. And then your whole faucet handle goes on top of this. But with this off, and with that cartridge in here, it's important to seat that cartridge in here tight enough that that notch fits into the groove of the ring on the faucet. Look at the notch on the cartridge. It fits in that notch and sits flat, sits flush down, or you won't get a good seal. If it's up, your handle might turn all over the place. If it's down, the water control will only turn and it won't leak. Otherwise, you might get a leak there. So after you remove this, and you have this coming up and the cartridge in there, I said that you can take this tool, really wonderful tool. This is by Everbuilt. It's a cartridge puller. And I said you could screw this down over this right here, but you can't. What it does do is it braces off of this to pull the cartridge up. So what you do is you back this all the way off, like this. See it going inside? All the way off. And then you take and you back this screw up on top, all the way off. Then you take this and you place it down over the top of the cartridge. This lip here will brace against this brass piece. You then, once it fits flush, you then tighten this screw down, which screws into the top of the cartridge. And once it's screwed down into that cartridge, all you have to do is turn this, and it will pull the cartridge up out of the faucet. This will brace against this, and the cartridge coming up here, when you turn this, will be pulled out. You can grab this and take the whole cartridge out. So there is no way to screw this on here. This merely braces against it while the cartridge is being pulled out of the middle. So two things here that I didn't mention in the other video. One is that you need to put that cartridge, when you put it in, and push it down and make sure the notch on the cartridge, you can barely see it here. That's the reason I've given you photos. It's right there. That notch sits into the notch on the brass inside the faucet. Then it won't turn. That part won't turn. Only the center post will turn. And this, when you use it to pull the old cartridge out, merely braces there. You turn this, and it pulls it out. All right, that's it. Just make sure you get that cartridge seated well there. And then make sure that this rests down on here so that you can adequately draw the cartridge out. All right, that's it. Take care. Bye.